Alright, I've seen old videos, people trying to figure this out, but thought I'd give it a shot. Alright, so here's what you got. This is Reaper. I'm using my whammy to be programmed by MIDI with a USB interface, just some roll-in M1. So here's what you gotta do first. Options, preferences, and you got one, one. Make sure they're enabled. Very important. So once enabled, press OK. Now you add a track. Insert new track, and then you can also select insert new MIDI item. Just like that. So now what you do, see this route button? Make sure it says one. So now whatever messages you write from the MIDI, it's going to send to the output through your MIDI interface. It doesn't have to say M1, just whatever your MIDI interface is, really. And it's going to go to the whammy. So once you have that, this is a very important part. So this is going to, you have to click the effects button, this button right here. Two windows are going to pop up. Click on this one. You want to find the ReControlMIDI, this one right here. You can type it in, ReControl. If it's not, it doesn't pop up over here. Press add. You want to select enable bank program selection, ReControl selection, just like that. Once they're added, press X, and you're good. So now what you have is this unentitled MIDI item. You want to double click it, this window pops up. So now what you need to do is figure out what different parts or numbers or values control the whammy via MIDI. So if I was going to pull up the whammy manual, which is over here, looks like this. So first you got to make sure that you have the correct channel selected if you have to change channels for the MIDI. I'll let you guys figure that out, just read through the manual. But anyways, here's what the different things the whammy does. Okay, so it starts with 0, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just pretend there's a 0 there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So once you get that down, just programming, pretty much for map. Unsustainable is different, because there's two different things that the whammy takes. Expression, 11 expression MSV, or banked program selection. One of these two on Reaper. I use this one, just I didn't know that the program works. I think program works a bit better, but I'm going to demonstrate in banked program selection. So map is written in 125 beats per minute at 16th notes per one. So let's say I click this first bar right here, or 1/16th of it at least. So I click it. Each program note is written in 16th notes, by the way. So if I do bank selection, I can do program number 1. By the way, in order to get this thing I got over here, I double click this part over here, anywhere really, and it'll pop up. So once you do this, what you gotta do now is make sure your whammy is on, and what you can do is just to test it out, bypass the whammy. This is a C note, really. Now if I turn it on, make sure though, so notice how nothing came out, because I didn't make sure that the pedal was pushed down all the way. You have to make sure the pedal's pushed down all the way for the full effect. Now if the pedal's rolled down all the way, see, now it's cycles through. So if I have it like this, I have the effect off right now, just like that. So after a little bit of programming, long time of programming really, I was begging for a while for the MIDI file, just so I don't have to program it myself. It really wasn't that hard once you get the gist of it. So now, if I make this part over here, this is my whammy. This is what I got so far for programmed. I haven't programmed the verse yet because it changes all the time, but this is what I've gotten so far. That clicking is the sound of the whammy cycling through all the programs, which is pretty interesting. So your whammy will click every time it cycles through a program, which is normal because it'll bypass itself every now and then. So if I click on the numbers, I roll it over here, every single one of these is a MIDI message. Now notice how 7, 22, 1, 22, 1, 22, this is resulting from the numbers. So 7 means octave below, 22 is bypass, 1 is octave up, 22 is bypass. After a while, you'll start seeing a pattern. And if I zoom out enough, you can see that this is 1 bar, 1 to 2. I'll let you guys look at that. You can try to write that down yourself. 722, 122, 122, 722, 122. And then if you listen and really think about it, you can hear the octave up, down, like boom, do, boom, do, boom, do. And then it goes on over and over again. So once you figure that out, assuming you guys got a good idea of it. So now that I got the whammy pedal down for the full effect, and all I have to do now is just mute myself. Thanks for watching. Hope you all learned something. If you got any questions, leave in the comments. I'll be happy to help.